So in today's video, we're going to talk through the nominal codes that you can find within Sage 50. So if we have a look on the left here, we can see that we've got options going down the side, which are known as modules. And if we click on nominal codes here, we get a listing of all of the different nominal codes available. So we've got sales, purchases, direct expenses, overheads, tax, fixed assets, current liabilities, long-term liabilities, and capital and reserves. Now, I don't particularly like the layout of this because you can't see the individual nominal codes. So sometimes when you're trying to search for what code you need to be posting to, it's not easily available to you in this format. So if we click over here, we can see that we've got Analyzer and List. So if I click on List here, that's now going to give me all of the balances by nominal code and nominal name. Now, if you're new to accountancy and finance, then you might not be used to the word nominal, and all that is just referring to one of these transaction types. So 0011 is our nominal, where we record leasehold property. 1200 is our nominal, where we record the bank current account, for example. And if we look on the right here, you can see that we've got debits and credits next to each one of those. So again, if you're unsure as to whether your journal posting that you're making should be a debit or a credit, then you can always cheat a little bit and have a look in this section here and just go down the listing there. And the way that this is listed at the moment is this is in nominal code sorting. So you've got the lowest nominal code here and the highest at the bottom. And in this format that we're seeing at the moment, you can see most of the balance sheet items listed at the top. So within Sage 50, the defaults within Sage 50 are that 0010 up to about 999 are usually your assets within Sage 50, whereas 1000 up to about 1999 are the likes of stock, work in progress, debtors, creditors, etc. So these ones up here are your non-current assets, and these here are current assets. Now if you get to the 2000 codes, that tends to be your current liabilities and non-current liabilities. And if we keep going down here, you can see that 3000 codes are profit and loss, or retained earnings and drawings, anything that goes within your equity section. So your shares, your reserves here, ordinary shares, premium shares if you've got those. And then the P&L starts at 4000. Now the 4000 codes are usually used for sales. So if we work at the top, you've got sales north, and then defaulted all the way down to 4905, you've got distribution and carriage. Now if you go to the 5000 codes, they all relate to purchases. 6000 codes relate to direct costs, so you've got productive labour, cost of sales labour, subcontractors, etc. And then if we go down to the 7000 codes, those are all overheads. So you've got the likes of water rates, gross wages, scale charges, travelling, etc. 8000 codes, if we keep scrolling down, relate to depreciation, so depreciation, amortization, and then we've got the likes of subscriptions, etc. just below that. And then any suspense accounts or misposted accounts, tax is 9001. But if you don't remember and you're not sure of the code that you want, you can also filter this by clicking on here by A to Z. So you've got accruals at the top, audit accounts, fees, etc., bank, etc. going down. Now, if you don't want to be searching for that on screen, there is something that you can do where you can save a copy of this down if you just want to look at that very quickly and you don't fancy going into Sage, or if you think it's quicker to have this available to you in a different way, then I'll show you what I do. So I actually go up to chart of accounts up here. So here if you double click on default layout of accounts, it gives you there a listing of everything. So if we click down between these, we've got again sales shown as 4000 codes, purchases, direct expenses, overheads and tax in the profit and loss section. And in the balance sheet, which is also called a statement of financial position, you have your fixed assets, your current assets, current liabilities, long-term liabilities, capitals and reserves. However, if we click on close there to close the chart of accounts down, and we just click to send to Excel here at the top, then that'll give you a listing of all of those different nominal codes and the TB as it stands at this present moment in time. So this is your final TB in effect. So if you just want to very quickly search for, say, what motor expenses is, if you just hit Control and F on your keyboard, type in motor, that's going to find motor vehicles for you, which is cost. And then miscellaneous motor expenses are there in 7304. And then we could type in fuel, for instance, and we've got fuel and oil just there. So it's useful just having a saved copy of this down somewhere on your network that everybody's got access to, just so you can quickly search between those nominal codes. Now, if you're going down a listing here and there is something that you're trying to post against but it's not quite fitting the bill, so maybe you've got a new transaction that isn't listed down here. So imagine here that we've got a transaction against repairs, but you don't want to post it against repair and servicing. Instead, you want it to have its own separate nominal code. Then we can very quickly add a new nominal code. However, I'm going to end this video here and I'm going to show you how to do that on the next video. So as always, I hope you found this video useful. Consider subscribing and I shall see you on the next video.